This is Milani, Chapter 13, Section 3, Problem number 2. From this problem, we are trying to find concave up, concave down, and inflection point. Domain will affect my concavitives. That means if you know your domain, it does make it easier for you to write down the answer for your concavitives. For this problem, there is no restriction. That means my domain is going to be from minus infinitive to positive infinitive. For concave up, we need the second derivative. That means we are going to find the first derivative. That's going to be my first derivative. And then we are going to find the second derivative. Now, the easiest way to find the concavitives and the best way, your second derivative for concave up, you set it bigger and just the bigger than 0, not the equal. Don't forget, just bigger. Solve for x. Move your 18 to the other side is become minus 18. You are trying to solve for x. You have to get rid of this minus 12. You divide both sides by minus 12. Don't forget, anytime you multiply or divide inequality by negative number, your inequality sign flip. As you can see, you had a bigger, now is less. If you can reduce, do. Which in this one, I can reduce it. X is going to be less than 3/2. You can write it down your interval notation right here, or you can draw the line, label your 3/2 because it's less, shade the left side. Then by looking at this, you can see it, your concave up from minus infinitive to 3/2, or you can say 1.5. It doesn't matter however you want it. Then, concave down. For concave down, again, your second derivative, you set it less than 0. You need to solve for x. Then from here, move your 18 to the other side. It's become minus 18. You have to get rid of the minus 12. Divide both sides by minus 12. Again, as you can see, you had a less, now it's become bigger. Reduce, which that is my answer. X is going to be bigger than 3/2. If you want it, again, you can just jump to the answer, or the same things you did it before. You can draw the line, label 3/2, and shade the right side. Then my concave down is going to be from 3/2 or 1.5 to positive infinitive. Now, the reason I indicate the bracket next to the 1.5, because in order for you to find the inflection point, two things you have to pay attention. First of all, my domain is all real numbers. Second, the start and end of your concavity is exact the same things. That means, yes, you do have the inflection point. For the inflection point, you will set second derivative equals 0 and then solve for x. The work-wise is going to be exact the same for concave up, concave down, except this one is equal. Now, divide both sides by minus 12. For this one, I move the minus 12 to the other side. Then I divide both sides by positive 12. which is 3/2. Then this is the x-coordinate for inflection point. Remember, is a point. I have to have an x-coordinate, I have to have a y-coordinate. For the y-coordinate, I go to the original problem. I replace the x by 3/2 or 1.5. Again, I give you the answer, but you recalculate it at home. Then my inflection point, the x-coordinate is 3/2 or 1.5, and my y-coordinate is going to be 262.5.